End of the week. How are you feeling about the weekend?
I'm going to a pool party.
Me too.
Doing a Central Park thing. Gotta get it in while we can, right?
With summer's winding down, it's sad to even say the words.
The end of summer is technically the end of September, so we have some time.
Yeah, I just think about like when my girls go back to school, it feels like it's kind of over, and that's like just a couple weeks away.
Well,
so.
I don't have kids, so for
Your
me,
summer just glides on.
Still going on.
Never ends. What better way to head into the weekend than with a lot of new music? Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, and Normani released new singles, and we are going to be blasting these all weekend long.
They're great. So we want to know, which song will you have on replay this weekend? Miley's Slide Away, Taylor's Lover, Normani's Motivation, or all of them? Vote in our People poll or tweet us your answer with the hashtag #PeopleKnow.
Got that? We'll check in on those results in a little bit, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Let's move on and begin with this. More drama in the Chrisley family. It's coming to light. Todd Chrisley claims estranged daughter Lindsie cheated on her husband with two former Bachelorette contestants, Robbie Hayes and Josh Murray. The naming names over here. This is in response to Lindsie accusing her father of extortion. According to a Georgia police report obtained by TMZ, Lindsie, who's estranged from Todd, alleged that her father and brother Chase harassed and threatened her over an alleged sex tape. Now, in that report filed July 16th and also obtained by E! News, Lindsie asserted that Todd and Chase wanted her to lie about an incident, and if she refused to do so, they were going to release the sex tape involving her. She said in the report that she learned her brother claimed to have purchased such a sex tape, and also stated that there is an ongoing issue with her family threatening and harassing her. Now, in a statement to People on Thursday, Chase denied Lindsay's allegations and said, quote, "I love my sister and I don't understand why she's doing this to our family. Not only am I heartbroken over these false allegations by my sister, and they are totally false, but so are my parents and the rest of our family." That was his statement. On Thursday, Todd also denied Lindsay's extortion claims. In a statement obtained by People, he expressed disappointment that these kinds of accusations were aired in public, saying he had tried to keep Lindsay's extramarital relationships private since 2016. He added, quote, "Sadly, for reasons we can only guess at, she ran to the sheriff's office to accuse her brother of buying a sex tape of her and Robbie, which was a complete lie, and now she's telling more lies about me. Although our hearts are broken, Lindsie is our daughter, and we will always love her." In response to Todd's claims, Lindsay's attorney said in a statement obtained by People on Thursday that Lindsie would love to be left alone, but he added, quote, "Unfortunately, certain members of her family will not let her live in peace. We are flabbergasted at the audacity of Todd and Chase Chrisley, who are more focused on attacking my client rather than defending themselves against the allegations of criminal conduct." Now, on Tuesday, Todd and Julie Chrisley were indicted by a federal grand jury for tax evasion and other financial crimes. It's according to court papers obtained by People. They have since pled not guilty. We will have more of what's at stake for Todd and Julie later on in the show. Now, guys, listen to this. Just a tiny little sample there. Miley Cyrus releasing a new song titled Slide Away just days after revealing that she and husband Liam Hemsworth were separating after nearly 8 months of marriage. The lyrics seemingly reference the duo's relationship throughout the song, singing, quote, "Once upon a time it was paradise. Once upon a time I was paralyzed. I think I'm gonna miss these harbor lights, but it's time to let it go." She goes on to make a drug and alcohol reference, singing, "I want my house in the hills, don't want the whiskey and pills. I don't give up easily, but I don't think I'm down." While Miley is thought of as a bit of a wild child, a source recently told People that Cyrus actually fought with Liam privately about his partying ways, and that these lyrics seem to point to that. Here's a quote, "Move on, we're not 17, I'm not who I used to be." They met when they were 17 on the set of the last song, guys. We're putting the pieces together. You go back to the ocean, I'll go back to the city lights. Liam is known to love to surf. She's in those city lights. It's all there. Though Cyrus was photographed kissing longtime friend Caitlyn Carter in an Italian vacation, multiple sources told People earlier this week that the couple aren't officially ending their marriage anytime soon, Miley and Liam. One source close says they're having a break right now because they needed it. It was a bad situation with a lot of disagreements. They both agreed it's better to spend time apart, but this doesn't mean their relationship is completely over. Multiple sources agree that Cyrus and Hemsworth's relationship was unhealthy, and the Cyrus source says their separation is for the best right now. Another source close to the singer reveals they have a long history together, and that's a huge part of why she has had a hard time letting him go. At the end of the day, she wants to be happy, and she genuinely wants Liam to be happy too. We'll keep you posted on that. Now watch this.
Lover.
Yeah, some of the other new music. Taylor Swift's title track from her 7th upcoming album is here. It might be T Swift's most romantic song yet, and that's saying a lot. As promised, the 29-year-old Grammy-winning singer released the new track on Friday, and although the song doesn't name drop anyone specific, some of the lyrics lead us to believe there's some connection to her 28-year-old British boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, and that she's completely head over heels in love. On the song, she sings, "I've loved you 3 summers now, honey, but I want them all." The couple, of course, rumored to be celebrating their 3rd anniversary, guys, this year. It seems pretty obvious that he inspired the lyrics, and T Swift has that history, right?
Yeah, she does.
Her relationships.
Little Easter eggs she puts in the music.
Them in there. In a recent Vogue cover story, T Swift said the ballad features one of her, quote, favorite bridges, and that she was really able to go to Bridge City for the song. So in the bridge, she sings, "Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand with every guitar string scar on my hand? I take this magnetic force of a man to be my lover." It's better when she sings it than me saying.
Yeah.
There might be some Easter eggs, though, into their relationship throughout that song. As we mentioned, there's a reference to Christmas, which reminds us of the Christmas tree that was featured in her Me music video. First thing that came to mind. With her Vogue interview, fans began buzzing over a possible engagement when she shared the lyrics, "My heart's been borrowed and yours has been blue." However, it doesn't appear that they are quite there yet. During an Instagram Live last month, Taylor revealed the 4 Target special editions of her album will include 120 diary pages written throughout her life. She said this, "I found some crazy stuff in there. I found the original lyrics of All Too Well, which I didn't even know that I had in my diaries. It's everything from being 13 and coming home from a bad day at school to Grammy night to processing my life as a teenager." See, it pays to write stuff down.
I know, now I want to keep up with my diary writing.
So far, Taylor has released 4 songs from her album. That includes You Need to Calm Down, The Archer, Me, and Lover. T Swift's new album is underway, set to release August 23rd. Lots of anticipation.
I love Lover. It's a great wedding song, I feel.
That's exactly right. It's perfect for a wedding or just celebrate. It's more kind of chill, low key, and all in love.
So romantic.
All right, you have more for us in Star Trek.
I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with one of our favorite bridesmaids turning into a bride. Kristen Wiig is getting married. People confirmed that the former Saturday Night Live actress and longtime boyfriend Avi Rothman are engaged and have been since earlier this year, which isn't surprising since this duo has been keeping their relationship out of the spotlight since they were first spotted together back in 2016. Now, at the time, the two were seen showing off some PDA in Hawaii, and the source exclusively revealed to People that the couple had been secretly dating for a few months, adding they're really happy together. Engagement rumors first sparked when Wiig was seen wearing a rock on her ring finger while attending the Booksmart screening in Los Angeles in May. I don't know, you can almost see it there. You can see a little hint of it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Rothman is a
right.
writer, actor, producer, and director who trained at the Groundlings Theater in Los Angeles, where Wiig also studied. So get ready for this one, Jeremy. Some might say they built their relationship from the ground up. Hey now. Wiig was previously married to actor Hayes Hargrove in 2005 before the two divorced in 2009. The actress is currently starring in Where'd You Go, Bernadette, as Kate Blanchett's character's nemesis neighbor, Audrey, and that movie hits theaters Friday. Well, when you're as good at clapping back at internet trolls as Chrissy Teigen, you know a thing or two about shade. The model and cookbook author celebrated the release of her new sunglass line in collaboration with Key Australia on Thursday in West Hollywood, and she was joined by 2 very special guests, her 3-year-old daughter Luna and her 15-month-old son Miles. Of course, John Legend was there to support his wife as well. It was a family night out. And they looked picture perfect as they posed for pictures together in their coordinated outfits. What a cute fam. Chrissy wore a long sleeve romper, which she paired with clear heels and classic hoop earrings. John rocked a tailored lavender suit and a white patterned shirt with colorful accents that matched Chrissy's fit.
Love his suit.
I know, looking sharp. Baby Luna, who is no stranger to her mother's events, looked like she had a blast. She complimented her parents by wearing a pink dress that had blue and green flowers on it. Her hair was pulled back in the cutest little buns with blue bows wrapped around them. Meanwhile, Miles wore red pants and a short sleeve white shirt, simple but cute. Now, according to the Key website, the Chrissy and Key collab features a range of sunglasses in muted retro tones and a few fan favorite shapes. The glasses all range from $50 to $60 and was designed with Chrissy's help. Now, she told Harper's Bazaar this: "We took the brand's shapes that people already know and love and changed the colors to enhance them and make them more my style. We went a little bit darker for fall, and there are some mirror sunglasses too." And Chrissy admits that she's been a big fan of Key for years and that their glasses always bring her the most compliments, so she was very excited about this collaboration. All right, Normani is bringing viewers back to the early 2000s with the music video for her newest single, Motivation. Take a look.
I'ma break it off, let me be your motivation.
Woo, look at those dance skills. The video dropped on Thursday and shows the former Fifth Harmony singer channeling looks and moves from music videos done by artists like Beyoncé and Britney Spears over a decade ago. The video starts by throwing it back to a young Normani in her living room, watching BET's countdown show 106 in Park. The host can be heard saying the #1 video in the world right now, Normani. Now cue the music and nostalgia. Normani opens the scene walking down the street in a white top and short blue denim shorts, a shot that closely resembles Beyoncé's look in the Crazy in Love video from 2003. She also rocks a white crop and slip bottoms with her birth year in 1996 and name graffitied on it in hot pink. The singer dances with her entourage on the streets, very J-Lo, Jenny from the Block-esque, before paying homage to Spears with schoolyard dancing and tumbling scenes similar to those in Baby One More Time. Now fans are having a great time standing the new song and video on social media. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Fam, that Normani motivation record is going to take off, and Lord have mercy, that video is fire. This may be the track that knocks off Old Town Road from that top Billboard spot, just my guess, maybe." Another fan tweeted this hilarious video captioned, "Everybody sleeping on Normani getting woke after she bodied that motivation video. You have no choice but to stan." Normani even received praise from Ariana Grande, who helped co-write Motivation. She wrote, "I'm so proud of you, Normani." She continued in another post to say, "It's almost 6 a.m. where I am right now, and my cheeks hurt from smiling, refreshing, watching a million times. Enjoy this special moment. My heart is so full for you." I mean, the music video is great. The dance moves are pretty epic.
No, it's super catchy.
Makes me wish I was a better dancer. Like, I watched the whole thing all the way through. She's a talented dancer.
She's killing it too. I feel like this is like a real moment for her, like in a breakout kind of way.
And you have Normani, Camila Cabello having these great careers after Fifth Harmony, so I'm really proud of her and happy for her. All right, those are your Star Tracks for today.
Stick with us, guys. We're breaking down what's at stake for the Chrisleys. Could they spend time in prison? Plus, find out how you can help clear the shelters this weekend with 2 adorable pups joining us. That's coming up.
All right, we've been asking you which new song you'll have on replay all weekend in our People poll. Let's take a look. Let's see.
Can't see it. Oh, it's Slide Away. Slide Away, there we go.
Slide Away.
It's far away from us today.
It's freaking us far away, but we got it. Slide Away, followed by Lover.
Yeah.
But there's still time.
There's still time to change the vote. Keep voting. For now, we move on to this. Watch. Guys, Princess Diana modernized parenting in the royal family by making it more of a family affair.
And here with all the details about how William and Harry are following in her footsteps, new pics of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from their 2017 Botswana trip, and much more is our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Hello.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Earlier this week, we took a look at how Princess Diana influenced Kate Middleton and Prince William's parenting. Imogen, talk to us more about that, how Prince William and Harry are following in the footsteps of Diana.
Yeah, so Diana was all about making the monarchy more approachable and accessible, keeping it real and keeping it royal, and making sure that William and Harry saw outside the palace walls. So on some levels that was going to McDonald's, going to theme parks, going skiing and all those sorts of things, and also visiting the homeless. And William and Harry very much brought that into their own families' lives.
Sort of modernizing the monarchy in some ways.
Absolutely. So you'll see George, Charlotte and Louis go from trooping the colour to snacking there.
Right.
Having a picnic at a polo match. Very different from the life that Charles and his siblings had when they were growing up. They had nannies, they weren't taken on long-haul trips. William and Harry are actually going to take their kids on long-haul trips. We saw that with William taking George, who's only 9 months old, to Australia, following Diana's footsteps there. She took William on tour with him when he was really young. That had never happened before. And obviously, Meghan and Harry will be taking Archie with them to Africa in the fall.
That's great.
It's very little.
Now, on Monday, we also got to see these never-before-seen photos of Prince Harry, Meghan Markle on their 2017 Botswana trip. So talk us through these photos.
So this is posted in celebration of World Elephant Day, and they are incredible photos. Harry and Meghan went to Botswana 2 years ago to assist Dr. Mike Chase of Elephants Without Borders. In a newly released photo shared on their joint @Sussex Royal Instagram page, Harry makes his way towards an elephant with supplies in hand there. And this shot here shows Meghan's hands gently cradling an elephant's trunk. And the captions also gave photo credit to the DOS, indicating it's either the Duke or Duchess of Sussex that took the photos.
All right, yeah. It's great to see them doing that kind of work. Let's talk about Prince Charles. He's heading to Japan for a special trip this fall. What's going on there?
Yes, the ceremony of enthronement of Emperor Naruhito. The visit will take place from the 22nd to 23rd of October and will include a day of engagements in Tokyo to celebrate British-Japanese connections. He'll travel without Camilla for this one because it's a very, very short trip. He last visited there in 2008, so on duty for the Queen.
We'll be watching.
Yeah, there was also some fun royals news this week. We got to look at Olivia Colman in The Crown as Queen Elizabeth. So what'd you think of the casting?
I mean, come on, she's just won the Oscar. They already had her. And Helena Bonham Carter as Princess Margaret. I mean, that's amazing. Big up to my friend Emerald Fennell, who's going to be playing Camilla in seasons 3 and 4. And she's actually working with my dad on his new musical at the moment, Cinderella.
Wow, that's
Olivia
cool.
Colman is the best. She's one of my favorite actresses, so this is so exciting.
And November the 17th on Netflix, so we know what Andrea and I will be doing that weekend.
Yes,
we will be binge watching.
It was also just announced this week that a musical about Princess Diana is in the works, heading to Broadway this spring, right?
You are so naughty bringing this up. I went to a workshop of this, but if you go to a workshop, you're not allowed to
talk about it? Oh, so you can't give us any details.
It will be coming to Broadway. It's opening on my birthday on March the 31st. I can give you that much.
Well, send your birthday
and
cards.
It's an original musical all about Diana preparing to marry Prince Charles, starring Jenna DeWall. And it's by the Tony Award-winning pair behind the 2009 Broadway musical Memphis, Joe DiPietro and David Bryan. And Bryan is also the keyboard player for Bon Jovi.
This
story is very interesting. You know, that dramatic story of Diana, I think, was always going to be an opera or a musical. It's very interesting that this has come out of America first. I think on some levels, because you're less close to it, I think for Brits, perhaps it's still a little bit too hot to handle.
Oh, interesting.
So it's very interesting that it's opening in America first with an American creative
So you think a British audience versus an American audience will have maybe very different take on it?
Very different, because obviously, this isn't something that William and Harry are going to have an easy time with. And they are beloved, hugely beloved in the UK, whereas this Diana musical is, I'm not surprised it's come from America first.
Okay.
But it's also not surprising that this story is going to be a musical. I mean, I'd expect, an opera from it in 50 years' time.
Good perspective, Imogen. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you.
All right, guys, Todd and Julie Chrisley appeared in court and pleaded not guilty on Wednesday, hours after turning themselves in for indictments of tax evasion and other financial crimes.
The couple, famous for their reality TV show Chrisley Knows Best, were handed a 12-count indictment that spans 9 years of alleged financial crimes. Let's break down what exactly is at stake for the reality TV stars if they are convicted.
So according to tax attorney Don Delia, the couple could potentially face prison time if convicted of the alleged crimes. She thinks that just for tax evasion, they could get up to 5 years, but because of all the other counts, it could be even more.
Now, Delia is not involved in the case, but as an expert, she believes this whole tax situation could have gone through the IRS and did not need to go to court. However, when the IRS couldn't collect and saw suspicious activity, the whole thing became a criminal prosecution.
So what happens if the jury finds them guilty? Well, Delia tells people the IRS can grab everything that they have to fulfill the debt. Not only that, but the federal government could look to the companies the couple owns to recover the amount the couple owes. Also, Delia says it could be years until there is no conclusion to the case or there is a conclusion to the case. The IRS could continue sending collection letters.
So a lot at stake. We'll see as it all kind of pans out how this plays out. And now, though, let's watch this.
Many tales have been told of Africa. But this is our story.
Things are getting wild. The Discovery Channel series Serengeti is taking viewers inside the lives of some of the most beautiful animals in the African Serengeti.
This looks so great. Now, singer Lola Lennox's incredible voice is featured throughout, and she opened up about what sets this series apart and what she was most surprised to learn. Take a look.
This one, you really see a long-term story and life play out for each animal. You really get to know their journeys of survival. There's affairs, there's heartbreak, there's death. There's like really personal stories going on, and you really start to, through those stories, connect with the animal.
It seems their charm is irresistible.
I think the thing that surprised me most about some of the footage in the show that was, you think of the animal kingdom of, lion on top, antelope on bottom, but there's so many surprising fight scenes where there's a lion who's actually struggling for her survival, and she's trying to find food to feed her cubs. And even that is hard for her. There's some surprising moments in it which you're not expecting.
Now, Lola co-wrote 7 songs for the series, and she explained how much it meant to her to work on this project.
It feels really special to me to see my voice paired with these images of nature and stories of animals. For me, I really connect strongly to nature and to all the creatures of this world. And I think for viewers to be able to connect to wildlife that's so unseen, especially at a time like today where our awareness of the environment is so important, it's an honor for me to bring that into people's lives.
In case you missed it, Lola is the daughter of the amazing singer Annie Lennox, who happened to be quite proud of her daughter's work writing and singing for Serengeti.
She's been so sweet, yeah. She's really proud of me and she loves the show, and she's really helpful in offering her advice. And we just talk about musicality, we talk about how to approach song, and yeah, she's a great guide for me.
Can you imagine having Annie Lennox there when you need some music advice?
I
Not
mean, nice
bad.
point of reference, right?
Yeah, Lola is probably used to it by now, but she opened up to us about what she learned growing up in such a musically inclined environment.
It was amazing. I was always around creativity. I got to see her working in the studio and creating beautiful songs. I got to go on tour and be surrounded by incredible musicians and get immersed in those sounds every night. That was something that was really inspiring for me as a kid. I think a big thing I learned was the importance of hard work and tenacity and grit. My mum is incredibly passionate about what she does, and it's incredibly important and meaningful to her. And I've always seen how much that attitude will carry you through.
Really love hearing from her. Lola has decided to start pursuing her own singing career. She has a single coming out in the fall called In the Wild, maybe inspired by Serengeti, I don't know. Until then, you can hear Lola's beautiful voice on the Discovery Channel during Serengeti, new episodes airing Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now watch this.
This will calm you down.
I am calm, Nurse Broadfield.
I'm calm too, but I can only be tested so much. Now it will be the pill or it will be the needle. But it's one or the other.
That is troubling.
Yes.
Daphne Zuniga plays the cruel Nurse Broadfield in the upcoming movie Gates of Paradise. It premieres Saturday, August 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern on Lifetime and is part of the V.C. Andrews Castile family saga.
So mean. When Daphne stopped by to talk about the project, she revealed just how she was able to get into character. Watch this.
Of course, I watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest again to see Nurse Ratched. And I watched Flowers in the Attic to see Ellen Burstyn play the grandmother, who was just pure evil. And so watching those two performances gave me sort of just inner permission to get into my just evil, mean, abusive, and feel justified in it. I mean, I feel like she really feels like, you know, you're a spoiled little brat and you need to do what I say. And it was fun. It was really fun. Of course, the minute there's a cut, it's, you know, are you okay?
Yeah, our co-star Lizzie Boys, we're pretty sure she's not taking it personally.
Yeah,
They've got a good rapport.
acting.
Right, yeah.
Daphne also starred alongside Beverly Hills 90210 actor Jason Priestley, and even though their paths had crossed before filming Gates of Paradise, she was still very impressed by the actor.
Jason is, I mean, a Renaissance man. I mean, this guy does so much. He acted in a lot of these. He directed one. He's on another show that he stars in Canada. He just did a reboot of 90210. He does real estate. He has a family. I mean, this guy is like, I felt like a real slacker at times, I have to say. But I did feel like I'd known him a long time. And I think it might just be a camaraderie coming from the same era. You know, he on 90210, me on Melrose Place. It was sort of this phenomenon.
Phenomenon indeed. Now with the success Jason has been having with the reboot of Beverly Hills 90210, we had to know if Daphne would ever consider returning to the Spelling universe with maybe a Melrose Place reboot.
We had a great time on Melrose Place. I mean, we still hang out. We still, you know, some of us, like, I think Courtney, who I just saw for lunch, has been in touch with Grant because they have kids that have went to the same school, and Laura and Doug have been together forever. I've seen them over the years, and we're interested in to see how that reboot goes for 90210. And if the material were great, then I don't know why we wouldn't. I think it could be really fun if it's good writing.
You heard her. Let's get some writers on this stat. Now, this summer has been especially exciting for Daphne, as the star married David Malexko on June 8th. Now, she revealed why they chose to wait so long to tie the knot.
I already knew I would be with him forever. We'd been together for 12 years. We were engaged for 2.5 years. But before we got engaged, it just he feels like a husband, you know? I mean, we've been through so much together. And then I started to think, gosh, maybe it will feel different. And then he got a little pressure from my sister, honestly, at a family dinner. She's toasted everybody and said, when are you going to make my sister an honest woman? Like something as cliche as that. But it put a bug in, and then I put a bug in me, and it just feels like a new adventure. So it was right for me waiting that long. And he had been married and raised a family, so he has 3 grown kids, and it just feels, the timing feels perfect for us.
Yeah, so after being together for so long, Daphne explained the surprising thing that has changed in their relationship after the wedding.
I can't explain it other than it feels like a little effervescent. Like whenever I see him, I just see him now, and there's just a little extra care or something. I don't know why the ceremony and the ritual does that. Being married was never really a goal. A soulmate, being with someone and being committed, I was committed. So I'm as committed, there's a little more zing to it.
Best Friends Animal Society is one of 1,100 animal shelters participating in Clear the Shelters Day on Saturday, August 17th. So it's a day when rescues in animal shelters across the U.S. and Puerto Rico waive or reduce their adoption fees in hopes of finding an animal a forever home.
And we are lucky enough to have a couple of puppies here that are up for adoption, thanks to Best Friends Animal Society and Public Relations Manager Hannah Stember, who joins us now. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So who do we have today?
So you've got Autumn and Summer. They are 4-month-old lab mixes. They're actually from our program down in Atlanta, so they just came up to New York and they're looking for their forever homes.
And I will tell you, they're having so much
Yeah, they seem they're very calm right now.
Look at Summer knows, like she's got the camera on her. She's like, I will sit here and do as I'm told for this moment. Why has Best Friends Animal Society been a part of Clear the Shelters Day for the past few years?
Yeah, so we've been a partner for 3 years. It's been an amazing initiative for us. I mean, what better way to promote adoption than to clear our center out, make room for new animals that need that space so they can be adopted as well.
And you have an initiative you're hoping to reach by 2025. So what is it?
So our goal is to end the killing of shelter pets in America by 2025. So we do that through, of course, adoption, and we work with local shelters across the country. So if you're looking for a shelter to adopt from, visit the local one in your area.
Oh, look at these two. Just kind of teasing. Hey. How many best friend animals, if you could estimate, have found loving homes because of this initiative?
So many. I mean, it's not just New York that's participating. We have Best Friends LA, Atlanta, Salt Lake. We're all joining forces.
Yeah.
So tons and tons.
Yeah, and why is adoption so important?
So adoption is so important because not only are you adopting the pet that you do adopt, but you're actually making space in a shelter or a rescue program for them to save another animal. So we like to say you're not just saving one life, you're saving 2.
So if maybe I'm a person who is not going to adopt, not in the situation where I can, how else could I help animals in need?
So we can always help you foster. We like to call that a test drive. It's a good way to find out if the animal fits your lifestyle and if maybe adoption is right for you. You can also volunteer at your local shelter. You can spread the word on social media, help amplify pets that are available.
Yeah.
And donate, of course.
What tips do you have for someone who is wanting to adopt a pet?
So you need to make sure that the pet fits in with your lifestyle. So if you are a runner, you want to find maybe a puppy or a larger dog that likes to run. If you
One of these girls would be great for that.
Perfect.
A lot of energy.
If you're older, or maybe you just like to lay on the couch and watch TV, like probably don't want a puppy. You might want like a senior or a pet that doesn't want to be out too much, or maybe you travel a lot. Maybe a cat is better for you.
Maybe you want a lazy fat cat.
Yeah.
Which is very easy in my lifestyle. If someone does adopt on Clear the Shelters Day, are they able to take the pet home that day? What should they expect? How does it work?
So Best Friends does same-day adoption.
Okay.
So you come in with a letter from your landlord saying it's okay to have a pet in your home. As long as you're over 18, you come and find the right pet for you, and you can go home that day.
Oh, that's important that you need the note from the landlord if you live in that kind of situation.
Exactly.
Okay.
And where should you go if you would like to adopt these cuties?
Bestfriends.org.
Okay. I feel like they're gonna go pretty quickly because they are so cute.
They are super
Yes.
cute. And I can't believe Summer and Autumn, you did such a good job during this interview. Got some of the energy out earlier. Hannah, thank you so much for coming and joining us with these adorable, adoptable pups.
We love puppies.
Puppies were so adorable.
Yeah.
And guys, before we were shooting that, they were going wild.
Yeah. They
in such a
calmed
fun
down,
way.
they got camera shy a
Yeah.
little bit. All right, we're taking one last look at our People poll. We've been asking which new song you'll be playing all weekend.
So this was between
see.
T-Swift, Miley, and Normani, or
Yeah,
all of them.
looks like
Miley, Slide Away,
Miley fans.
42%.
Wow, Swifties, you're gonna let that happen?
So here's my breakdown. Lover is very chill and low-key. Slide Away,
Super
even though
low-key.
chill, Miley does a good job of taking you on, like, it's like an experience. Like, the
Yeah.
song is so, like, layered, and the sounds are so, like, immersive.
Yeah.
Is
well,
that
I think
too much?
those fan bases are so huge. I think Normani will catch up because
sure.
that song's really good and the music videos.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And the nostalgic piece really helps it.
Yeah. All right, we'll be asking you a new question of the day next week on People Now, so tune in for that.
Coming up next week, guys, we're going to be joined live by Matt and Akbar from American Ninja Warrior ahead of the series' national finals in Las Vegas.
Love them. Plus, also joining us live is former The Office star Angela Kinsey, and she's bringing along some adorable kittens. Meow. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Sistine Stallone. Bye.
Hi, I'm Sistine Stallone from 47 Meters Down Uncaged, and this is One Last Thing. The last song that was stuck in my head was Formation by Beyoncé. Gotta get up in the morning. My last big splurge was I bought a bunch of chains, not these because these were all borrowed, but I bought a bunch of really cool silver chains. The last time I laughed out loud was probably on the way here with my hair and makeup team. We were blasting music and filming. It was a lot of fun.